Gentlemen, welcome to the Paco Arena for the penultimate game of our 5-game slate for today. This is match number 8 of your vleague Men Collegiate Conference 2022. And it's gonna be between the Arellano University and the University of Santo Tomas.
And you're still tuned in to the continuing coverage of the vleague Challenge Cup 2022 Men's Volleyball Tournament po tayo ngayon. We have 5 games for you today and we have a lot of treats for you volleyball fans. My name is Lawrence Fernandez and with me is our analyst for today, Marge Tejada. So Marge, it has been a volleyball-filled day and yet marami pa tayong ma-offer sa kanila with this treat that we have. Bakbakang UAAP and NCAA na naman tayo. It's about the UST Tiger Spikers against the Arellano University Chiefs. And Marge, what a treat it will be for us volleyball fans.
Yun nga eh. You see, I think this is the first indoor volleyball match nitong UST. And it's interesting, no? Given na the previous season, medyo marami na din na graduate and most of these players now, medyo bago na din, no? And it's interesting to see how UST will play in this match.
Nga, napapag-usapan natin yung dalawang teams but let's speak about UST first. Season 81, Marge, kinapos sila sa Final Four. They finished 5th place. At ayun nga, sabi nga natin, because of the pandemic, na 3 taon tayong natenga, maraming player ang nawala. So it's essentially a new squad for UST but the think tank is still there. Coach Oji Mamon, Coach Mark Alfafara is still there. So what kind of mentality or what kind of philosophy do they bring to this new and improved UST squad?
I guess it brings na yung itong experience ng mga coaches and yung ibang natira din na players from their previous lineup is what will, help these new players of UST to, play this match.
Yeah, especially yung mga holdovers nila like team captain Lawrence Cruz and Jesse Tajanlangit. Yan yung mga ilan sa mga abangan natin sa side ng Tigers Spikers. Meanwhile, Arellano, naglaro na sila in the opening day of this tournament. However, it was a tough loss, a bitter loss against the De La Salle Green Spikers in 4 sets. At extended pa nga yung 4th set na yun. They could have sent it to a 5th set. And Jan Berdal was the man of the show for Arellano. Ano yung adjustments na kailangan nilang gawin, Marge, coming from that tough loss against De La Salle?
I guess yung adjustments na they need to do is, first of all, they have to work on their services, no? Kasi from the previous match, medyo maraming service errors itong ng team ng Arellano, and let's see if they will be able or they have adjust to those unforced errors.
So mga kaibigan, kumuha na po kayo ng inyong mga merienda. When we return, more volleyball action coming your way. It is the UST Tigers Spikers against the Arellano University Chiefs. Magbabalik po kami sa ilang sandali.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paco Arena for the third game of our 5-game slate. Introducing our officials for this match, our first referee, Mr. Joven Rosales, National Referee. Our second referee is Mr. Irish Santos, National Referee. Let's now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the Arellano University Chiefs. Opposite spiker number 2, AC Ginto. Middle blocker number 4, Fernie Curamen. Outside spiker number 5, Carl Berdal. Center number 6, Adrian Villados. Middle blocker and team captain number 8, Jedro Capila. Outside spiker number 15, Christian De La Paz. And their starting libero is number 11, Joshua Dato. Head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. Calling now the starters for the UST Growling Tigers. Outside spiker number 1, G-Boy De Vega. Middle blocker number 3, Charles Magpayo. Center team captain number 5, Lawrence Cruz. Opposite spiker number 8, Lawrence Senoron. Middle blocker number 10, Rainer Flor. Outside spiker number 21, Alchi Gopetio. And their starting libero is number 14, Tajan Langat. Head coach, Mr. Arthur Mama.
So you're looking at the starting lineups for the Arellano University Chiefs. The same lineup, same starting lineup that is from the first game. That's Villados, the setter, and Ginto, Curamen, Berdal, Villados, Cabilan, and Kim Tan. Samantala, sa UST, we have Lawrence Cruz, Lawrence Senoron, Ray Miguel De Vega, Alchi Gupiteo, Rainier Flor, Charles Magpayo, and starting libero is Jesse Tahanlangit. Our first referee is Sir Joven Rosales, National Referee, and our second referee for this match is John Irish Santos, National Referee. This is set 1 of the 4th game of our quintuple header po tayo ngayon. Meron pa po tayong isang laro after this one. But for now, we'll focus on this game between the UST Tiger Spikers against the Arellano University Chiefs. And the first attack goes to the side of UST, but that was foiled by Arellano. But the play goes on. Tuloy pa rin po ang rally. And that tip by the Chiefs.
Point goes to Arellano because net violation called on UST.
Yeah, an early error on the part of the Tiger Spikers. Net violation on the part of UST gives the first point of this game to Arellano University. And this time it's Adi Villados, the setter, to serve for the Chiefs. At tumawi kagad.
Set up there. Ganda ng timing ni Magpayo dun, no?
Yeah, maganda yung timing niya doon. And bumawi kagad sila from the error of the net touch earlier. So kaya po tabla tayo at 1 each. And that's G-Boy De Vega with a service error for the part of UST. Kaya ang puntos mapupunta sa Chiefs. And right now on the service line is Carl Berdal. He is the man of the match for Arellano the previous game against De La Salle, 25 points. Dalawa doon sa puntos niya ay blocks.
Ooh, service error.
Kaya lang, Marge, early nerves showing for both teams.
Exactly.
So kaya naman tayo ay tabla 2 apiece with a couple of service errors. Palitan po ng service errors ng dalawang team.
Usually sa first set talaga dito nagkakapaan ng both teams. And
Tama.
it shows kasi so far, no, early on, itong first 5 points, yung 3 points doon mostly, service errors.
Yan, nagsusukatan pa itong magkabilang panig. Samantala, Charles Magpayo also with another service error. Kaya naman lamang ng isa ang Arellano. But this time, a middle attack.
Good middle attack
is
there.
Good attack there from the middle para dito kay Flor as we check out this replay. Maganda yung pagkakaset na yun, Marge.
Exactly. You know, as long as maganda yung first ball and then yung second ball, you expect a really good attack.
Yeah, everything follows, ika nga. And this time, UST holding serve. 3-all po tayo. Back set. However, point goes to UST with a net touch infraction. So, nagkakapalitan tayo ng error early in set number 1. And that's something that both teams have to check out or kailangan bantayan nila yan for them to be able to capitalize and take advantage in this game.
Ooh, strong serve.
And again, another blunder on the part of UST. Masyadong malakas yung service na yun. Kaya naman tabla ulit tayo at 4 apiece. So, Marge, early on this game, sinusukat pa ng bawat koponan yung kanilang laro.
I think they're still feeling out din yung court, no? Especially for UST na I think this is their first match since the cancellation ng UAAP ng 2020.
Yeah, it is their first match in this tournament. Talking about UST. Samantalang ang Arellano has played already in the opening day but lost to the Green Spikers. Meanwhile, another service error.
So far itong first 10 points in the set. Sobrang dami ng service errors coming from both teams.
Yeah, mabibilang natin, Marge, yung points of attacks dahil it has been too many errors, especially from the service line for both teams. Meanwhile, the Chiefs have serve, and that's a good serve finally for Arellano.
Ooh, powerful
and a better
hit.
attack by G-Boy De Vega.
You can see na talaga ang ganda nung vision niya doon and his angle when it comes to attacking.
Yeah, kitang-kita niya yung zone na yun bukas. Kaya naman doon inilapag ni G-Boy De Vega. Hailing from Batangas yung spike na yun. Kaya they have serve and it's 6-5 early in first set and an easy over by the Chiefs. Will the Tigers capitalize? No. Villado sets it to Berdal.
Strong attack coming from Carl Berdal.
At ito, nagpapanimala na naman March Berdal. So out of his 25 points, 2 blocks, and he also had 9 excellent digs and 11 excellent receptions. So all-around game for Carl Berdal. The previous time is just that they couldn't get the favorable result. And they're trying to get their first win in this tournament. But UST has something to say about that. And
so
a good middle attack, yes.
UST has been really having good setups there, no? Like I said the previous match, no? Yung first balls talaga, it really matters because it dictates the second ball and the third ball.
Yeah, and a great presence of mind also for the team captain Lawrence Cruz to variate their attack. Meanwhile, Berdal off the block, but point goes to UST. And with that, a kill block, pupunta po tayo sa ating first technical timeout with UST having a 2-point advantage, 8-6. And we will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. This is the V-League where it all started.
Welcome back inside the Paco Arena for the V-League Challenge Cup. I'm Sydney Crespo reporting the courtside stories in this league. And for UST head coach Oji Mamon, he recalls the day of March 8, 2020 and says he won't forget that day because that was the last time that they ever stepped on the court for an official game. Wala nga silang ibang sinalihan na preseason tournaments dahil daw sa kakulangan sa oras para i-prepare ang kanyang team. Ayaw rin niyang i-risk ito para daw sa mga unwanted injuries. And when I say rookies, basically all of them are because despite the 4 holdovers in Lawrence Cruz and company, halos hindi rin sila nakapaglaro noong 2020. Plus, they have 10 new Tigers activated for this challenge na mula sa Mindanao, West Visayas, Bataan, and UST High School. Overall, Coach Oji says that they are very excited for this good problem dahil finally they can unleash the Tiger Spikers of España. Back to you, Lance and March.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sydney Allison, for that courtside update. Gaya nga nasabi ni Sydney, March, maraming bagong players dito sa UST and most likely it's their first game as a Tiger Spiker. So may nerves ba na dumadaan sa kanilang utak? May jitters ba yan na dumadaan sa kanila?
That's possible, but then if it's a, of course it's a team sport, and if your other teammates are playing well, medyo madadala ka na din doon, and the jitters would actually, I think, would go away din.
Yeah, and that's why they have some holdovers like Lawrence Cruz and some of the senior members of the Tiger Spikers to guide them through the competition. As we see that point by Charles Magpayo, the score is now 9 for UST and 8 for the Chiefs of Arellano. And now serving is G-Boy De Vega, who had a couple of points early in set number 1. Jump serve.
Ooh, and that hits the line. Beautiful serve coming from De Vega.
Yeah, and finally De Vega gets an ace of that wonderful serve. Nakuha niya yung sideline na yon ng Arellano. And here he is again, G-Boy De Vega, UAAP Season 80 Juniors champion yan. Coming from FEU High School.
Strong serve.
Villados sets it. Kaya lang nabasa ng UST yung atake na yun ng Arellano. So with that blunder, that attack error called by our first referee, ang talaan po natin is 11 for UST. And dahil dyan, Coach Erwin Meneses will press for time, and let's listen in to this huddle by the Chiefs.
Pasok mo lang, not over eh. Hindi, gawa ng paraan pagka loose ball. Either spacing doon o sa gitna. Pero dapat sakto ang set. Kasi pag loose ball, tapos medyo alanganin ang set, hindi na magagawa ng paraan. One stop muna tayo, receive mo.
You have Coach Sherwin there, no? Reminding his setter, Adi Villados, na pag out of system na yung first ball nila, he has to, you know, make a way na maset niya na maayos to his spikers para makadiscard itong hitters ng Arellano.
Yeah, kaya nga nung sabi ni Coach Sherwin sa kanyang timeout, kailangan sakto yung set because it has been causing problems for the Chiefs so far early in set number 1. And no problems there this time of that back row attack.
Good pipe attack there by
that's De La Paz.
De La Paz.
Yes. That's Christian De La Paz, NCAA Season 93 second best open hitter. Itong si Christian De La Paz. Meanwhile, back on the service line for the Chiefs. They are down 2. It's 9 serving 11. This is Carl Berdal. And that's a good serve for Berdal. And a good set also for UST off the block and
powerful
good.
hit coming from Gupiteo.
Magkakaroon ng success ang UST March dito sa wing side. As we check out this replay, pina-check ball na lang yun ni Gupteo, and that's why he was able to get that point. So I was saying, kanina nagkakaroon sila ng success talaga dito sa spot na to, and that's problem for Arellano if they cannot guard it.
Yeah, yun nga, especially na may katangkaran itong UST. So Arellano really needs to work on their first line of defense, no?
Yeah, they have to work double time to be able to thwart the attack of UST at the net. Samantala, another service error gives a point for Arellano. Kaya lang binawi ng UST ang kamalian on the service. But Jethro Kabilan is pleading their case, trying to sway referee Joven Racelis.
You have to give it to kay Lawrence Cruz. No, he's been setting really well so far in the first set.
Yeah, so far the variations of the set of Lawrence Cruz doing wonders for the Tiger Spikers. That's why they are leading by 3. Meanwhile, De La Paz, hulog.
Good read there by De La Paz. He saw na medyo malaki yung butas dun sa zone 2. And you know, just a soft tip over.
Yes, so far De La Paz is becoming the spark plug for the Chiefs, keeping the Arellano squad at bay. And right now they're just down by 2 points with Ginto on the service line.
Pass.
Another good set by Lawrence Cruz. But this time Arellano was able to read that. Back row attack tayo. No go. Villados.
Good save there.
De La Paz. De La Paz scores.
De La Paz using his blockers. You know, talagang pina-check out niya talaga yung bola. Given na matatangkad nga yung spiker, yung blockers niya.
And also good reflexes on the part of the Chiefs. Kasi muntik nang tumalbog yung bola sa side ng kanilang
medyo
court.
nagulat din ako na akala ko walang kukuha ng bola.
Medyo napatalon tayo on that sequence because we thought it was UST's point, but no. And the point goes for UST on that sequence of that attack by Gupiteo. And after that successful attack by Alchi Gupiteo, siya rin ang magsuserve. It's a 14 serving 12. Jump serve Gupiteo. Easily received by Berdal. Villados sets to De La Paz. And that sails out for the Chiefs.
So far, De La Paz has been really attacking, smart and powerful in the set.
At binibigyan siya ng kumpiyansa ni Villados na sa kanya finifeed lagi yung bola because De La Paz is feeling it. He has had a couple of points already early in set number 1. And let's see if he can bring more. Samantala, that quick attack successful for the Tiger Spikers.
Medyo nauna pa nga dun si Flor, but then, if you have a good hang time, talagang aabutan mo pa din yung bola.
Yeah, as we check out that replay, medyo pababa na siya nung hinataw niya yung bola na yun. But still, a point is a point. Nagawa niya ng paraan. That's why UST is still leading by 2, 15-13. Samantala, si Berdal, no go on that sequence. De Vega scores!
Beautiful setup there.
Another textbook set by Lawrence Cruz. That's why the mga UST to our second technical timeout. It's 16-13, and we will be back with more volleyball action live from the Paco Arena. After the second technical timeout, we see the UST Tiger Spikers up by 3 against the Arellano Chiefs. 16-13. This is the fourth game of our quintuple header for today, live from the Paco Arena. Lawrence Fernandez here together with Marge Tejada bringing you this game between UST and Arellano. And Marge, yung setting ni Lawrence Cruz is doing wonders for the Tiger Spikers so far.
Exactly. Sobrang, kahit medyo out of system na yung mga receives nila, talagang nagagawa niya ng paraan to really set it well.
Samantala, setting it well is Villados for Ginto. Kaya naman nakapuntos doon si Ginto of that back row attack. Nailusot niya yung bola on the side of UST. That's why AC Ginto gets a point. Siya rin yung magsiserve for, or rather that's Kabilan on the service line for Arellano. It's now 14 serving 16.
Ooh, outside.
Kaya lang a tough break doon on the part of the Chiefs. Lumabas yung kanilang service. Just when you thought that they were having that momentum, talking about Arellano, they waste the opportunity with that service error. Meanwhile, a good serve there on the part of the Tiger Spikers. Berdal once again with an attack, but De Vega was there to receive it, but an infraction on the part of UST.
Medyo hindi na-control ni Senyoron yung body movement niya doon at tumama siya doon sa net.
At dahil dun sa pagtama niya nung yun sa net, magkakaroon ng puntos muli ang Arellano. So it's now 15 serving 17. Samantala, substitution on the part of the Chiefs. Si Demi Lapus checks in for AC Ginto. Berdal once again with an attack. No go. Villados sends it back to Berdal once again. Wala pa rin. The rally continues. And UST gets that offensive point.
Senyoron checking it out, sa arms nitong blockers.
Yeah, hindi rin naka-establish yung block na yun ng Arellano on that part. That's why Senyoron was able to send that ball through.
I think Arellano was waiting for an open hit since medyo hindi na yung setter ang kumuha. But then sinet ng libero sa opposite.
Yeah, correct. A good presence of mind there on the part of Lawrence Cruz, the setter of UST. Kaya naman lamang sila ng tatlo, 18-15.
Wow.
Back row attack was dug by De La Paz. Out of system play, easy over for the Chiefs. Here's UST!
Beautiful combination play!
Makikita mo na yun as it developed as we check out this replay. you saw it coming, Marge, that attack off a combination by the Tiger Spikers.
Itong UST talagang walang pinapalagpas na bola as long as, you know, maitaas nila ng maayos yung bola, they will go through with their play.
Yeah, they're having success with all their attacks. Talking about UST, that's why Arellano has to do better with their net defense to be able to thwart the attack of UST. Samantala, another point for the Tiger Spikers of that attack error by the Chiefs. At dahil dyan, Coach Erwin Menezes calls for time. It's UST 20, Arellano 15, and we will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. Stay with us.
Loose ball yung bola, gumanda, atakihin nyo. Pagka medyo pangit, di off spin lang. Double time tayo sa middle. Kahit basic lang ang pasok, wala namang problema. Apat yan, kanto-kanto yan, hanggang gitna. Sa gitna lang natin. Okay. Receive muna tayo, receive muna ulit. Let's go. Receive na lang.
Coach Sherwin there reminding his attackers na pag medyo out of system na yung set, gawan na lang ng paraan, no? And also reminding his middle blockers to always, you know, pumasok pa din because, you know, it would actually help then if their middle attackers could contribute to their attacks.
Yeah, yun nga yung sabi ni Coach Sherwin Menezes, double time on the middle. So they have to do more on that zone to be able to overcome this 5-point deficit dahil ang UST is already at the 20-point mark while Arellano is still at 15 and Villado sends it back once again to the opener to no-go. Here comes UST. UST on the offensive and UST scores. Again, Marge, same zone, same successful attack courtesy of Gupiteo. Let's check it out one more time. Again, another good set and Gupiteo just finding that open zone dun sa backline ng Arellano.
It based din on matangkad itong si Gupiteo, so he has a really good vision when it comes to, you know, attacking.
The advantage talaga yun, no, when it comes to a volleyball player, especially if you know how to maximize your height. Meanwhile, on this play, no go for Arellano. Kaya lang, that's a clear infraction on the part of UST. The double contact error para dito sa Tiger Spikers. Kaya mapupunta ang side out sa Arellano. And this time, it's Carver Berdal again with the service.
I think De Vega was trying to go for a one to attack and then last minute changed his mind and set it up to his opposite spiker.
Yeah, maganda sana yung play kung maganda yung pagkaka-execute ng set. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't there. And that's why Arellano gets a point of that error. And that's a good block on the part of Arellano.
Good block there by Arellano. Like I said nga kanina, no, Arellano needs to work on their first line of defense if they want to stop this relentless attacks coming from UST.
And speaking of relentless attack, they were able to foil that attack by the Tiger Spikers. Meanwhile, another offensive by Gupiteo. And point goes to the Tiger Spikers.
Net touch called on the blockers of Arellano.
Yun lang yung problema doon. If you are trying to establish your net defense, minsan, di ba, Marge, nanggigigil ka, and that's why you are prone to those errors, especially the net touch infraction. Samantala, substitution on the part of the Tiger Spikers. Magpayo goes out. A good serve for the Tiger Spikers.
So far, UST has been having like really powerful serves, no?
Yeah, kargado yung mga service nila. That's why Arellano have to give chase. And this is a free ball.
Oh! Medyo nanggigil si De La Paz doon. He really wanted to hit that ball hard.
Yeah, he wanted to hit the ball hard, yes.
Medyo, ano na break ball na Again, going back to what Coach Sherwin said, pag ganun gawan na lang muna ng paraan and then get back to the game.
Yeah, and now on the service line for the Tiger Spikers is Josh Ibanez from General Santos City. And that would be an ace for Josh Ibanez.
Medyo nagulat si Adi doon, no? He was not able to put that ball up.
Bigla na lang nahulog yung bola doon sa kanyang harapan, and that's why UST is now at set point. They have 7 set points to work with, and Ibanez is still serving on the line for the Tiger Spikers. Let's see if he can get another ace.
Another
But
powerful serve.
De La Paz this time, but Gupiteo was there. Ibanez with the second ball, and Gupiteo again. Kaya lang kinapos yung atake na yon ni Gupiteo, Marge. So that's one set point saved for the Chiefs of Arellano, and some change of personnel on the part of the Chiefs. Itong si Encila, Ivan Encila comes in favor of Fernie Curamen. And the Arellano, their backs are against the wall because UST needing just 1 point to win this set. And let's see if they can do it there. Again, another set point save. Medyo kinakapos yung sets and yung attacks ng UST on 2 sequences, March.
Medyo awkward din yung pag-set doon ni Cruz kasi medyo malayo, and he still tried to set it to his opposite spiker.
Yeah, and because of that sequence, Arellano is now 19.
And that gives the point.
And that gives
And
the
the
point.
set.
And the set. Yes,
to
and the
UST.
set to UST. So with that anticlimactic error by Arellano, UST wins the first set 25-19. As we check out this sequence, and De Vega having some success early on with the points. At maganda nga yung pagkakaset nung yung mga bola galing kay Lawrence Cruz. That's why the likes of De Vega and Gupiteo having success. Samantala Christian De La Paz trying to keep Ateneo in the game to no avail because of those combinations by UST. They just had the advantage, and Arellano couldn't do anything about those good sets by UST. So after one, it's UST 25, Arellano 19, and we will be back for the second set. Stay with us. This is the V-League, where it all started. At the end of the first set, we see the UST Tiger Spikers getting the advantage, 25-19. Nagkakapalitan sila ng error ng Arellano early in the first set, but UST was able to capitalize towards the end. As we check out the stats, Marge, please break it down for us.
So far, nakalamang itong UST when it comes to attacks, and it showed naman talaga in the first set na they were able to utilize yung mga first ball na they're putting up, and of course, having a good setter like Lawrence Cruz, syempre medyo kung ako yung spiker, talagang mamimiesta ako dun sa harap.
Yeah, indeed. Gaganahan kang pumalo kapag ganun kaganda yung mga binibigay na bola sa'yo. So Lawrence Cruz doing his job early in this game, this set 1. That's why UST had the 13-7 attack advantage, and that was decisive enough for them to get that set 1 victory against Arellano. As we welcome you to set number 2 of the 4th game of our quintuple header for today. Puro women's volleyball po tayo ngayong araw na ito dito sa Paco Arena. Lawrence Fernandez together with Marge Tejada bringing this game to you between the UST Tiger Spikers and the Arellano Chiefs. De Vega with an attack, but that was foiled. This time Berdal with a soft tip. But a nice pancake dive for UST. Meanwhile, Villados sets it. And a nice save by the Tiger Spikers. They have an opportunity to score. And they do off that triple block.
So far, sobrang well-distributed itong attacks ng UST, no? You have attackers from the front line and then also an attacker from the back line.
Kaya naman itong Arellano nahihilo kung sinong babantayan nila. And Ibanez also having some success.
Good luck.
After niyang ipasok.
Off-speed attack.
Speaking of fooling your opponents, Vincent Tan with that off-speed shot. And we are now tied at 1 apiece. UST was anticipating a strong shot, but Tan opting for a soft one.
Ooh,
this time,
powerful attack.
no soft attacks there on part of Senyoron, June Lawrence Senyoron.
So far talaga, no? Like I said a while ago, UST has been relentless when it comes to their attacks.
Yeah, they just keep on coming. And yung pace ng kanilang atake, mabilis din. Kaya yung Arellano, nahihirapan din mag-set ng kanilang blocking at the net.
That's true.
And this time, the block is set for UST, and that's a kill block for the Tiger Spikers.
There's a bit of miscommunication there when it comes to the coverage.
Yeah, itong si Ibanez is doing wonders for the Tiger Spikers. He had an ace earlier, he had an attack point of the back row, and now he was part of that kill block that gives Ateneo, UST rather, its third point.
Beautiful block there by Senyoron.
And UST establishing the wall early in set number 2. Kanina, it's Ibanez, and this time it's Senyoron. As we check out this replay, single block on the part of Senyoron, no problem for UST. Villados sends it. UST giving chase. And it's a free ball. Pagkakataon na Arellano to score. Villados, combination play!
Powerful attack coming from Kim Tan.
And a good setup also for Villados of that
true.
combination play. That's why Kim Tan was able to explode and attack that ball with all power. And so it's 2 serving 4. UST still have the upper hand.
Ooh, low contact there by Colinares.
Yeah, sayang yung atake na yun because he had the good height and
Yes.
the good set once again from Lawrence Cruz, the setter of UST. Although, ang puntos mapupunta sa Arellano and it's now 3 serving 4.
Ooh! Again, Lawrence Cruz doing wonders for UST.
Yeah, ginawa nila ng paraan yun.
Mag-over na yung bola and he was able to make a way to set it to his middle spiker. And props to his middle spiker for still going for that ball, no? Kahit sobrang off na yung set doon.
Yeah, good communication on the part of Cruz and Floor to be able to attack that ball. And the point goes to Arellano that time.
Net violation called on UST.
That net violation on the part of the Tiger Spikers gives Arellano another free point. Kaya naman nakadikit pa rin sila sa UST at this time.
Lucky break there for De La Paz.
Yeah, indeed, lucky break there for the side of the Chiefs, and it's now 4 serving 5. That attack was thwarted by the libero, although the point will go to UST already.
Medyo late yung reaction nitong setter na Arellano doon, no?
Kaya naman dun sa late reaction na yan, it gives a point to the Tiger Spikers. It's now 6 serving 4, and ang magsiserve ay si Lawrence Senyoron from Calauan, Laguna. Itong Senyoron, 3-time best opposite hitter noong juniors division pa lamang siya. And that's a free ball.
Good block by Adi Villados. Na-anticipate niya na with that over ball.
Yeah, medyo nakatalikod pa nga si Villados at that time. Ginawa na lang niya ng paraan yun. Just raising his hands and just using his body to block that attack by UST. Kaya naman ang Arellano is just down by 1 point and they have serve with Christian De La Paz on the service line. And this still a good ball off that 1-2 play from UST. This time, Lawrence Cruz will set it up. And that attack by the middle is no-go. Berdal this time off the side, and he delivers.
Another net violation called on the UST. Medyo nagigigil na yung mga blockers itong UST, no?
Yeah, they have to check those infractions at the net because they cannot afford to give free points dito sa Arellano because it's now tied at 6 and De La Paz is still on the service line. And that's almost an ace, but UST was able to do something about that ball. Berdal this time in an attack. And this time, no doubts, Berdal scores.
You have to give it then to Carl Berdal, no? Na given na matataas yung mga blockers niya, he's still, you know, talagang bravely attacking, no?
At saka itong Arellano, pumuporsyento sila at this point of the set. That's why they're giving it to their main man, itong si Berdal, who led them in scoring against LaSalle in their opener here in the vleague 2022 Challenge Cup with 25 points. And with that attack by Berdal, lamang na ngayon ang Arellano. They were able to overhaul that deficit, that early lead by UST.
Oh.
Kaya lang, attack error again. And with that error by UST, we go to our first technical timeout with the Chiefs up by 2, 8-6. We are at the second set of this game. This is the vleague where it all started. Stay with us.
Carl Berdal may be a rookie on paper pero he says he's always been a killer on the court as he reminisced his 35-point career-high outing in high school. Talking to Carl, he seems to be enjoying his new squad. Maraming tawa at kwento and actually he shared na merong isang utos sa kanya si head coach Sherwin. Kailangan daw niyang simulan ang communication inside the court. With this new responsibility, let's see if Carl Berdal can replicate his last outing and the win this time. Back to our panel, Lance and Marge.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sydney Allison, for that courtside update. At ito nga si Berdal, rookie on paper, but he's showing that he's not a rookie in terms of his game. He is carrying this squad, and that's a great addition for the part of the Chiefs to be able to compete here in the vleague and future tournaments as well. Samantala, yung atake na yun ni Flor was received by the Chiefs at ang bola nasa side ng UST. An attack from the open, and Ibanez on the block
flying
and
there, no? You know, if you look at Ibanez, he's not as tall as other teammates, pero once he jumps, he flies.
Yeah, indeed. And magic bunot on the part of UST, itong si Ibanez. And he's delivering the damage for the Tiger Spikers and also a strong serve for him.
Ooh. Medyo kinulang ng wrist action si Berdal doon and hindi masyado nabigyan ng spin yung bola.
Yeah, maganda sana yung atake na yun ni Berdal. He could have scored for the Chiefs. Unfortunately, sailed out. That's why UST was able to tie this match at 8 with those couple of scores of that sequence. Good save there on the part of Tan Langit.
Ibanez not able to put that ball up, that called on a double contact sa kanya.
Yeah, sayang yung pagkakataon na yun on the part of UST. Sayang yung save na yun ng libero ng UST, si Jesse Tan Langit.
Especially coming from an attack from Berdal, no?
Yeah,
That must
sobrang
have been
lakas
really
nun.
strong.
Yumayanig yung atake na yun ni Berdal kanina, but action continues now with Arellano up by 1. And
point goes to Arellano.
Point goes to Arellano with that error of UST. So kanina 8-6 yung ating talaan. And now it's 10-8 with Jethro Cabilan serving for the Chiefs.
So for
Vega
Arellano,
this time.
getting their groove in the set.
Yeah, they were able to find their groove here at the middle of set number 2. With another off-speed attack by Christian De La Paz gives Arellano a 3-point advantage.
So far, no, ito si Adi Villanos has been giving confidence itong sa kanyang outside hitter na si De La Paz.
Yeah, indeed. Villados is like taking a page out of the script of Lawrence Cruz in the first set. That's why Arellano is doing wonders.
Wow!
Speaking of doing wonders.
Powerful attack by De Vega.
Yeah, that attack by De Vega as we check out this attack by the Vega once again. Wala na magagawa ang Arellano kapag ganyang kaganda yung atake ng UST.
You have to give it to Flor din though. Kasi ang ganda nung pasok niya dun and na-full niya yung blockers ng Arellano, leaving it open for the Vega.
Yeah, and that deception scored the point for UST. Samantala, Berdal, ito nag-iinit na siya
Answers
here in
back.
set number 2. With that response by Carl Berdal, the hitter of Arellano, they bring back their lead to 3. So it's now 12 serving 9 with Adi Villados on the service line for the Chiefs.
Outside.
Sayang yung momentum, lumakas yung palo na yun, Marge.
Yun nga eh. And, you know, like what I keep on always saying na those kinds of errors, no, medyo crucial kasi, you know, they turn the tide of the game.
Yeah, especially late in the set. Those,
powerful attack and good angle coming from Carl Berdal.
Ito na si Berdal, pinubuhat na itong Arellano at this middle part of set number 2 as we check out that another attack by Berdal from the other side of the front line ng Arellano. And here is to serve for the Chiefs. An attack by UST and they deliver off the block. So itong si Senyoron, ginagamit yung braso ng blockers ng Arellano. That's why he was able to add to the point total of the Tiger Spikers of UST. And on deck to serve is a G-Boy De Vega with a patented jump serve. And that's a good serve. Villado sends it to De La Paz. And action continues. Mad scramble for the UST. Ball still alive. Rally continues. Will Arellano rather capitalize? No go. De La Paz this time. Off the block and good.
So far, if you notice, ito si Adi Villados has been, pinapaikot niya na yung mga bola, no? And it's giving medyo a difficulty for the UST blockers to read who will the set go to.
Yun nga, pinapahabol na yung mga blockers nitong UST. That's why Arellano is having some success. At the middle part of our second set, it's Arellano 14 and UST 11. This time, an attack by UST sails out. Maganda sana yung set na yun, March. Yes. Maganda yung height, maganda yung execution ni Cruz. It's just that
off lang yung timing ni Colinares.
Yes, indeed. And that error by Colinares gives a point to the Chiefs. It's now 15 to 11.
Yan, Ibanez
with the
flying
powerful
high.
attack. Yes. De La Paz this time. No. Ibanez susubok muli.
Good adjust there by Ibanez. Sobrang break ball na, but he was able to do something about that and, score a point.
Yeah, kanina malakas yung palo niya, hindi gumana. This time off-speed shot, yung pa yung nakapuntos on the part of the Tiger Spikers, and they are trying to inch closer against the Arellano Chiefs.
It pays to have a really good court awareness, no? Especially if aware ka na malayo ka sa net and you just, send the ball over.
Yeah, indeed. Just finding the open spots on the other side of the floor gives you points. Samantala, an attack error on the part of the Arellano Chiefs gives a free point for the UST Tiger Spikers. Dalawa na lang itong kalamangan ng Arellano at the middle part of set number 2.
Outside!
Kaya lang, sayang yung service na yun. Service is out, and because of that service error, Arellano sends us to our second technical timeout, up 3, 16 to 13. We will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. This is the V-League, where it all started. Reversal of fortunes here in set number 2 between the Arellano Chiefs and the UST Tiger Spikers. Kung kanina sa opening set, UST yung may kalamangan sa second technical timeout. This time, it's Arellano's turn to have that advantage. What are the Chiefs doing right, Marge? That's why they have this 3-point lead.
So far, their floor defense has been really good, no? Kahit hindi perfect yung taas, they still managed to put the ball, defend well itong mga powerful hits nitong UST.
Yeah, and because of that defense, they have this 3-point lead. Let's see if they can close this second set up and tie the game at 1 set apiece. Samantala, UST trying to have 2 sets to none advantage, but they're having problems with the ball. And Arellano is now on the attack with De La Paz. But that sequence will go back to Arellano. That mad scramble. And a 1-2 play by Villados is good.
Nakita ni Adi Villados na medyo nagkakagulo sa defense pattern nitong UST.
Yeah, as we check out this replay, ayun na, hinulog na lang ni Villados doon because UST players were scrambling around the court and they were trying to find their alignment and they were not able to do so. That's why Arellano was able to add a point to their total. They are now at 17, samantala ang UST is at 13. So this is a 4-point gap between the two teams. And on deck to serve for the Chiefs is Kim Vincent Tan from Pambuhan, Northern Samar. And
Good
that's an
serve.
ace! Kaya naman napatawag ng timeout itong si Coach Oji Mamon and we'll listen in to the huddle of UST.
Lahat ng aero, ilabas nyo na. At pag gusto nyo, positional fault, labas nyo na din. O kayo na lang masusunod. Ikaw, kapitan ano ba, ginigising mo ba yung mga kasama mo? Ikaw nangunguna sa hindi sumusunod ng instruction Ba't ang hilig mong mag-opposite setting? High and short na nga pinaano. Okay. Paulit-ulit.
Yeah, Coach Oji Mamon just reminding his wards to minimize errors and think the right way when it comes to executing their plays, Marge.
Yun nga, no? He also reminded his team captain, no, to parang don't lead on the ones doing the errors and really make a way to be able to distribute his sets.
Yeah, siya sana yung panggagalingan ng inspirasyon. Talking about Lawrence Cruz. Speaking of inspiration, itong si Ibanez na mamayagpag here in set number 2 with a couple of attack points for this rookie from General Santos City. Talking about Josh Ibanez. And that attack by Ibanez gives UST its 14th point while Arellano is at 18. Arellano with a 4-point advantage. Villados this time to De La Paz. Off the block and good.
That could have been a good hit, no? Like a good angle kasi that's kind of difficult for an open spiker to defend. Yun nga lang medyo...
Oh, check that. That's an attack error by Arellano and this time Coach Sherwin calls time. Let's listen in.
Natin yung karap natin, kung sino bablock sa atin. Doon tayo sa mataas ang porsyento. Nandun yung setter O, ba't mo naman nililis? Receive 2 tayo. Pilitin natin dito konti para makabako si Berdal, si Christian, nandun. Pwede kang pumalo.
Sige, coach.
Pag nasa gitna, di ko na, ha?
Okay, Mara.
Receive ko!
Sherwin reminding his players to read din, no, yung mga blockers nila because, you know, these UST blockers are really tall.
Yeah, really tall and also agile. That's why they have to do something to disguise their attacks. Talking about the Chiefs. And they cannot let UST keep the momentum because this is just a 3-point advantage for the Chiefs. And UST holds serve. Another powerful serve for UST, but well received. UST with the attack. Ibanez this time. But that was well dug. Joust at the net. Masasalo pa yun ni Datu, but ball sails out in favor of UST.
Good court awareness din, no, for floor. Na medyo na-notice niya na mataas yung bola and talagang yun yung timing niya for that. Kasi minsan nakakalula yung mga ganung bola and na-off ka talaga sa timing.
Yeah, and that time he was able to convert on that attack.
Service violation.
And that's a service violation on the part of the Tiger Spikers. Sayang yung momentum and your opportunity na yun.
Yes.
And it gives another point for Arellano. And they are inching closer to close set number 2. It's now 19 serving 16 with De La Paz on the service
Good
line.
pass.
A good pass and a good attack by Ibanez.
another
Kaya lang malakas
error.
yung kanyang palo. Again, another good ball on the part of UST. It's just that Ibanez wasn't able to capitalize on that attack.
Yeah. Actually, medyo yung mabilis yung set doon ni Cruz na talagang nakita mo tinay ni Josh Ibanez na habulin.
Yeah, so double substitution on the part of UST. Papasok itong si Yambao and si Eman De Doroy for the Tiger Spikers. Ngunit ang service ay nasa Arellano pa rin. De La Paz still on the service line. And it's now 20-16. And
Net
first referee
violation. Called
awards
on-
the point
yes.
to UST. Yes. Net violation on the part of Arellano.
UST has to lessen their errors here para mahabol nila yung 3-point deficit, no?
And speaking of deficit, itong
Ooh,
si
strong serve
Josh
coming
Ibanez
from
keeping them at
Ibanez.
bay, and he gets another ace. Talking about Josh Ibanez.
You have to give it to Ibanez, no? Talagang so far, hindi siya takot umattack and to serve strong.
Yeah, ginagamit niya yung service to be able to get a point or put them in good position to counter the attack of Arellano. And another strong serve. Sabay pa kami ni Marge Tejada on that sequence, pero itin
Good
pa rin
dig.
is Tevega
Oh,
adjusting in mid-air, no go. Villados backs it this time to Tan.
good
But
dig.
action continues. And that
Ooh,
attack, a
no
headlock.
one was there. Everyone, yung buong coverage ng UST, lahat nasa front line, walang natirang tao sa likod.
Yeah, medyo prone yung mga teams pag ganyan na yung nagkakapalitan na ng rally na mahaba.
Yeah.
Parang umuusad na sila malapit sa net. And that time, it foiled or it went against UST, yung ganong sequence. And
Usually
this
kasi
time,
expect mo, coming from a men's game, usually talaga pag block medyo malapit sa first line.
yeah, indeed. So yung service na yun ni Encila goes in and the rally continues. This time, De Vega. Kaya lang kapos
That
yung
goes to
kanyang
the
atake
net.
na yun. Yes. Again, another good ball on the part of UST. It's just that the hitters couldn't capitalize.
Yeah.
And that's why Coach Oji Mamon will call time. Once again, it's 22-18 Arellano. So let's listen in.
Set up ko lang. Kaya mong mababa. Mababa masyado. Pasukan mo lang dito. Sinong front row? Si Flor? Huwag ka lang. Siguro mo kumuling-uling isa sa pagitan. Dito ka na mag-main. Huwag ka na si quick. Shoot lang. Huwag mo ilalabas ha. Kahit tumaas, okay lang. Basta kapos.
Let's go!
UST!
Coach Oji Mamon reminding his setter na medyo mababa yung mga sets niya doon sa open spikers niya and also giving out instructions on how to set the ball for itong sa middle blockers.
Yeah, so Lawrence Cruz has to adjust his sets for them to be able to come back in set number 2 because Arellano needing just 3 points to close out the sets and bring us to a one-set all
Oh,
Slate.
no coverage there.
at nagiging successful ang blocking ng Arellano this time, Marge.
Yun nga. I think narinig ata nila ako when I said na Arellano has to work on the first line of defense.
Yeah,
and
meron
so
yata
far,
silang-
they've been doing well.
Yeah, meron yata silang microphone sa ating panel dito. They are being able to hear
Good
Marge
receive.
Tejada's words.
Oh, beautiful attack coming from floor.
Ayun na yung sinasabi ni Coach Oji kanina na gandahan mo yung set mo, Lawrence
Yeah.
Cruz. And that time, they were able to add a point to their total. Pero ito kailangan pa rin ng UST to have a string of points because Arellano is now at 23 while UST is at 19.
Ooh, service error.
And it's not a good time to commit a service error
Yes, exactly.
because it brings
Especially
Arellano to
now,
set
yeah.
point. Yes. UST, their backs are against the wall because Arellano has 5 set points to work with. At itong setter nila si Adi Villados on the service line for the Chiefs. And that's a good pass and a good set. But that was foiled by the Chiefs. Villados this time to Berdal. And Berdal delivers. And with that attack by Carl Berdal, parang kinopya lang yung set number 1, Marge, but this time around, it's Arellano having 25 points. Meanwhile, UST has 19, so it's a reversal of fortunes as we check out the highlights, Marge. It was a strong set to begin for UST because of Ibanez and Lawrence Cruz having good sets. Pero nakabawi itong Arellano towards the middle part because of their excellent floor defense and also their net defense, Marge.
So far talaga, if you have a really good floor defense, no, it doesn't have to be a perfect like receive and all. As long as you put up the ball, you're the second gagawan ng paraan ng setters and hitters yung ball para able to play out pa din yung game.
So we will be back for set number 3. So 1 set apiece na po tayo. This is the V-League where it all started. After the second set, tabla po tayo at 1 set apiece. Identical score lines for the 2 sets, but reversal of fortunes. UST getting set number 1 and Arellano getting set number 2. And as we check out the statistics from set number 2, take it away, Marge.
So far, no, what yung attack points and yung block points and yung service aces, it's hindi ganun kalaki yung deficit, no? It's just 1 point deficits from each other. But then again, it's the errors that really challenge the UST in getting this set.
Yes, we have mentioned all throughout the game, eventually those errors will haunt you, and indeed, it haunted UST in the second set. That's why Arellano was able to knot this match at 1 set apiece, and we will have at least 4 sets because we are now at 1 set apiece between Arellano and UST. As we welcome you to set number 3 of this 4th game of our quintuple header for today. All men's volleyball action po tayo. Live from the Paco Arena, Lawrence Fernandez together with Marge Tejada on the microphone, bringing to you this intense game between the Chiefs and the Tiger Spikers as the Chiefs hold serve to start the 3rd frame with Adi Villados serving for the Chiefs. A good set this time,
Good
and
set up there.
maagang nagpapanimula ang UST with that quick attack from the middle by Magpayo. And they're having a conscious effort talaga, Marge, to really involve their middle hitters.
Yeah, because then again, yun nga, it's harder for opponents to read sino yung papalo, especially if you activate all of your front spikers.
Yeah, indeed. This time, Villados back sets to Berdal.
Ooh, that goes out.
Kaya lang, malakas yung palo na yun ni Berdal. Good intention though, good execution, but the result wasn't there, and that's why UST is now up 2-0 early in set number 3. At ang nagsaserve pa rin ngayon is si G-Boy De Vega na naglaro from FEU High School and also transferred to UST. And now he's part of the seniors team of the Santo Tomas Tiger Spikers. And this time, combination play!
Ball is still alive!
And action continues with a great save!
Sayang! Ang ganda sana nung save na medyo I think that was pretty painful
Yeah.
for Adi Villados, but you know, that's still a good up.
Yeah, mukhang magkakaroon ng ice bag sa mga si Adi Villados after this game because of that save. Kaya lang hindi na-convert yung atake na yon. Sayang yung kanyang pagkakasalba sa bola.
Ooh, that's outside.
Pero ayun na nga, binawi naman ng UST with the service error. Yung sequence na yun, that's why it's now 1 serving 3. UST still has the advantage, and now Berdal with the serve. And a quick attack from the middle. And Dato giving chase, and this will be a free ball for UST. Cruz sets it up to the middle once more.
Cruz has been really good in activating his middle blockers, no?
Yeah, they're having success dito sa middle part ng front row, talking about UST. And Arellano must find answers bago pa mamaga itong kalamangan ng UST. It's now 4 serving 1 for the Tiger Spikers. Villados to De La Paz. And De La Paz sends the ball to March Tejada, mga kaibigan. But March Tejada is not suited up to play. And De La Paz with that off-the-block hit gets a point for the Chiefs. So they have the point total of UST, the Tiger Spikers with 4, and the Chiefs at 2.
Medyo delayed si Gupiteon dun, no? And his reaction to get that ball.
Yeah, and with that delayed reaction, ayan, nakapuntos ang UST, Arellano rather, courtesy of De La Paz. Meanwhile, susubok ang UST.
Ooh.
Kailangan puntos, mapupunta sa Arellano. Ball is out.
Medyo
sabi
late
natin
yung
first
approach
referee.
ni Senyoron doon, no? And he tried to really catch that ball bago pa bumaba from a good height to hit it. But yeah, that was pretty low for him.
Yeah, so far, UST, nagkakaroon sila ng problema sa kanilang execution. They have been getting good balls.
Again, another middle attack coming from UST.
Yeah, but that time, that is a successful attack again from the middle for the Tiger Spikers. And it's now 5 serving 3. And we have on the service line Lawrence Senyoron mula Calauan, Laguna. Itong si Lawrence Senyoron, and he will have a jump serve.
Oh, service error.
Kaya lang, error muli na service on the part of Senyoron. Kaya naman nakakadikit itong Arellano here in set number 3. That free point gives them point number 4, talking about the Chiefs, while UST is at 5. And here's another jump serve for Kim
Good
Tan.
receive.
Good reception. Gupiteo this time.
That does not go through. It hits the net.
Yeah, it hits the net. And Coach
Coach
Oji Mamon is already calling out his attackers. Kasi kanina pa nangyayari in
Yeah,
March,
exactly.
even in the second set. So ano yung kailangan adjustments na gawin nila to be able to avoid that same type of error?
I think big factor na medyo nagigigil itong attackers ng UST, and they have to like really work on their emotions, no? And not bring it in the way they're playing, kasi you know it's a big factor. Now once you get your emotions, medyo talagang nakakasira din ng laro.
So speaking of emotions, yan si Gupiteo throwing all of his emotions of that off the block hit. Kaya naman nakapuntos ang UST.
Good read there by Kim Tan.
Yeah, pinabayaan na lang ni Tanyon na mag-landing sa labas ng side nila ng court. Kaya naman tabla tayo at 6 points apiece here in set number 3. And Christian De La Paz once again on the service line for the Chiefs. Good serve for De La Paz, and action still continues off that save by UST. Here's Berdal once more, susubok muli. And Berdal scores.
I think this is the first time, no, na Berdal in this set.
Yeah, first point for Berdal in set number 3, and it comes at the right time because they're now at the driver's seat. Arellano 7, UST 6, and De La Paz is still serving for the Chiefs. And that's a good serve for De La Paz. Lawrence
Good
Cruz giving
set.
chase, and a good set. Kaya lang, Berdal was waiting for that attack. And a nice pancake save there for UST, and the action continues. Villados, sino ang kanyang pupuntahan? It's Berdal this time. And De Vega giving chase, and tuloy pa rin po ang rally, mga kaibigan. This time it's De La Paz to Berdal with a tip. Tuloy pa rin po ang aksyon. Just at the net, won by the Chiefs.
Biglang binalik ng Arellano yung yung bolang in-over ni Lawrence Cruz.
Yeah, and that quick tip by Jetro Cabilan sends us to our first technical timeout with Arellano up 8-6. We will be back with more action. This is the V-League where it all started.
Welcome back to the V-League. Happy mess is how Coach Oji described his Tiger Spikers, as they are loaded with talent but would still need to find the right mix on the floor. From the second set, they reminded each other to celebrate every point at i-enjoy ang laro. While they need to improve their communication daw and work on their timing in set number 3. Do you think they're doing this so far, Lance and Marge?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sydney Allison, for that courtside update. So, fundamentals yung pinapaalala doon sa huddle na yon, Marge. It's just a matter of communication, executing well, and those are the keys to be able to bring home this victory.
Yeah, that's true, no? Communication, especially na ang dami nyo sa loob ng court. So kailangan mo talaga to work on the communication inside, and also yun nga yung executions na ang ganda ng mga intentions nila, yun nga lang talaga yung mga executions, yun nga, hindi na-execute ng maayos.
Yeah, samantala, ito si Cabilan is pleading his case to first referee Joven Raceles, but now action continues with De La Paz still serving. Kaya lang, nahinto na yung pagsaserve ni De La Paz with that error, and a point goes to the Tiger Spikers.
It's a common trend, no, so far today, na every time na the teams come from timeout, service error agad.
Yeah, and that's not a good sign if you're off a timeout of a huddle and an error ka agad. Samantala, yung 1-2 play na ni Villador was saved by UST, and a free ball given by UST. Berdal this time!
Powering through the blockers.
Yeah, Berdal just breaking the block of UST as we check out this replay once more.
Talagang he really uses might there. In Talagang 100% hit.
Pero saan na lang yun si Carl Berdal doon, and he was able to deliver that point. That 9-point!
But that goes out! Too much angle there, no, for De Vega.
Yeah.
That was a good hit sana, no? But then medyo sobrang masyadong pa zone 1 and it hits out.
Yeah, lumihis kaya lumabas yung atake na yon ni De Vega. That's why Arellano is now up by 3. 10-7. Another good attack for UST, but De La Paz was there waiting. Berdal naman ang susubok ngayon. Blocked. Villados sends it to Kim Tan. And that's good for the Chiefs.
Like I said, no, Arellano has been really doing well when it comes to their yung maitaas lang na maayos yung bola. I mean, of course, you have to give it to UST and lalakas ng mga attacks. But then, itong Arellano has been really doing good in their floor defense.
And also credit to Villados that time because he was able to read the formation of UST and sending the ball to the back.
Ooh.
Kaya lang, no doubts there for G-Boy De Vega.
Clean hit.
Siguro may kasama na rin gigil yung palo na yun kasi marami na yung attack niya na lumilihis at lumalabas.
That's true, that's true.
This time, no doubts, and Lawrence Cruz serving for UST. It's now 11-8.
Powerful attack coming from Berdal.
At ito, binubuhos na nga ni Berdal yung kanyang lakas dito sa set number 3. And UST couldn't do anything about it in that sequence. And this lead by Arellano is now at 4. 12 serving 8. Adi Villados again serving for the Chiefs.
Good pass.
Lawrence Cruz, back set.
Ooh. Again, De Vega.
And De Vega on the other side this time. So itong si De Vega keeping UST within this game. And they are still down by 3 points here in set number 3.
Like what I said about kanina, about kay Josh Ibanez, hindi etong si De Vega, hindi rin talaga siya takot na to hit hard balls.
Yeah, basta just execute and let's see what happens. Samantala, that kill block
coming from Arellano.
and that kill block by the Chiefs. Gumagana yung kanilang net defense this time. gives them a 4-point advantage, 13 serving 9. And Carl Berdal, already waxing hot here in set number 3, goes to serve. Villado sends it to De La Paz, adjusting in mid-air, but a nice save by the Tiger Spikers, and action continues. Villados this time back set to Tan.
Ooh, Kim Tan using his blockers.
Yeah, using his blockers
If
off the
you
block.
look at it, ang tataas ng mga blockers niya doon, no? Ito si Gupiteo at saka si Magpayo. But then, of course, you know, pag ganun, you just really have to use your smarts.
Yeah, ano na lang, just use your discarte, ika nga nila. And that's what Vincent Tan was able to do in that sequence.
Ooh,
Kaya lang, nawalan ng diskarte si Berdal sa service line. But they're still pretty much in good hands. They are still up by 4 points despite that error. So it's now 10 serving 14. So ito namang si Charles Magpayo ang susubok ngayon mag-serve from Orani, Bataan. Itong si Charles Magpayo, and a jump serve.
Ooh, again, service error.
Another service error.
Actually,
of that.
may kita mo, pag itcha pa lang ng bola, medyo nag-off timing na siya, and it was medyo 50-50 na, no?
Yeah, mahirap na papasok yung bola. Just pray the mechanics of Charles Magpayo in that sequence. Meanwhile, tuloy pa rin po ang laban. It's now 15-10 in favor of the Chiefs. Villado sends it to De La Paz. De La Paz delivers. And with that attack by De La Paz, as we check out that attack once more, it sends us to our second technical timeout. And De La Paz is all game face, and Arellano is up 6, 16-10. We will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. Despite UST having that evident height advantage, Marge, it's Arellano having the 6-point advantage here in set number 3 after that second technical timeout. What is Arellano doing right? That's why they have this sizable lead.
Like I mentioned kanina, no, Arellano has been really doing well with their floor defense, and not only their floor defense, but also their first line of defense, which is their blocking, no?
Check out this time, yun lang, tumalbog, pabalik sa side ng Arellano yung block na yun. Although Arellano was able to establish that triple block at the net, Gupiteo was able to get that point. And it's now 11 serving 16 with Lawrence Senyoron serving for the Tiger Spikers. Another jump serve for Senyoron. And yun, at that time, kitang-kita mo yung mechanics niya na mahihirapang may papasok yung bola.
Minsan kasi talaga, like I said, no, high risk ang jump serves, and basta pangit yung release mo, na off timing ka talaga.
Yeah, there was a split second na huminto siya dun sa pagbato niya ng bola. That's why you knew that something wrong was about to happen, and it did. And meanwhile, double substitution on the part of the Tiger Spikers. Pumasok muli si Dax Yambao and si Eman De Doroy on their part of the court. Meanwhile, UST on the attack. And ball still alive. Jao set the net. But De La Paz will set it up. Villados sends it back to De La Paz.
Medyo nagkakagulo yung setter, yung spiker dun sa area na yun, no?
Yeah, indeed. And good presence of mind also for De La Paz to reset the play. Hindi siya nanggigil, and that's why yung kanyang patience was able to deliver. Kaya naman itong si Coach Oji Mamon will call a timeout. Let's listen in.
I'll say, wala ka pa pinapalong malinis. Lahat ng pinalo mo tumama sa block. Ang laki-laki mo. Ba't ba binabaon mo? Angle mo. Sa ibabaw mabilis at mahaba. Ano, gusto mo paputokin mo yung bola, o putok ng uso mo, kababalik ng bola. Parang engot dyan. distribute mo lang kung may pasa. Kung nag-jump shot ka, bigay mo na sa middle. Pero kung hindi, hanap ka na ng ano, mag-isa. Huwag kayong umasa na pag pumalo kayo, dumidepensa rin yung kalaban nyo. Kayo, ayaw nyo mag-coverage.
UST! UST!
Oji Mamon reminding his open spiker Alche Gupiteo na huwag siyang manggigil dun sa bola. He's been trying to drive that ball hard down, but when he can, find the right angles to hit that ball.
Yeah, indeed, and that's very unfortunate because Gupiteo has been getting a lot of opportunities in this game. It's just that he couldn't convert those attacks, and that's why Arellano is up by 7 points. 18-11, and a good save there by De La Paz. Kaya lang lumabas ang bola, point for UST.
You have to give it to Arellano though. Ang galing ng court presence nila.
Yeah, but at that time, they were not able to extend the rally. But again, a good save on the part of the Chiefs. But they're still enjoying a 6-point cushion here, 18-12. But UST will hold serve with Alche Gupiteo serving for the Tigers. Villados.
Uy!
Hindi sila nagkaamuyan doon. Talking about Arellano. Kaya naman UST will have an opportunity. And floor will not be denied.
It really matters talaga na huwag ka magbibigay ng mga free balls na ganun, no? Kasi especially if you're up against a really good attacking team.
Yeah, especially a rare mistake on the part of Arellano gives 2 quick points for UST. Just at the net. Ang bola mapupunta sa Arellano. And Kabilan, no doubts there. That's a point.
Dunking that ball over at UST's court.
Yeah, also Arellano having success with those jows at the net.
Yeah.
That's already the second time here in the set that they were able to get a point off a sequence like that. Samantala, De La Paz serving for the Chiefs. Middle attack for UST. And that's good, but that's off a net touch by the Chiefs. So another point goes
Could have been
to...
a good save, no? Sayang lang.
Yeah. So palitan ng tao dito sa side ng Arellano. That's Ezequiel Orpilla coming in for the Chiefs. But the Tigers still hold serve. It's now 14 serving 19 with Floor on the service line.
Ooh, service ace.
And that's an ace for Floor. That's a rare instance of an ace for UST, and they would need more of that to be able to catch up. Kaya naman ito si Coach Sherwin Menezes sensing some trouble, pushing the panic button, and will listen into the timeout of Arellano.
Ang trabaho mo mag-receive eh. Wala tayong pakialam sa score. Diba? Receive, pwesto mo maigi. Diba yung gaganon-ganon lang? Pasunodin mo yung bola kung saan pupunta. Ha? O, isang pasa lang ha. Tapos, tingin lang kung ano yung sitwasyon din sa bola. Ha? First time si Ade. Para makatalon si Ade.
Coach Sherwin Menezes reminding his libero that forte niya na mag-receive. So, ni-remind niya na not to let go of those kinds of balls.
Yeah, especially now na itong UST nangangalampag dito sa lamang ng Arellano. Kanina, it was an 18-11. Yung kalamangan na yan ng Chiefs. And now, we are now at 19-15. So, UST is having a mini run here in set number 3. And they would like to inch even closer, if not overhaul this deficit. Samantala, ang Arellano sasagot. But that's a net touch.
Touch called on UST.
Yeah, sayang yung break na yon because hindi sana lulusot yung atake ni Vincent Tan doon. But UST gives a free point instead.
Then again, it's the errors. That's what's killing UST here.
Yeah, it would be interesting also to see
Good
those
block
errors.
there from
Yeah, that's
Kuramin.
yeah, Penny Kuramin with that block. Naabangan nila sa ere yung pag-atake na yun ng UST. And Orpilla still serving for Arellano. Another good set. But nice floor defense on the part of Arellano. Kaya lang yung
No last
intention na
touch
yun.
called on UST.
Yeah, Villados tried to dunk the ball towards the side of the UST side of the court, but to no avail.
Yun nga lang, walang nakahawak ng bola.
Napalakas yung tapik niya, sayang yung puntos na yon. So, ang puntos mapupunta sa UST. De Duroy with the service. 16 serving 21.
Again, so far we've been seeing na ang daming mga off releases itong sa service itong UST.
Yeah, mukhang magkakaroon sila ng special practice just for service after this game. If they end up losing this game, we'll see what happens if they can still catch up. This is a 6-point advantage for Arellano. Villados on the service line and a good set to De La Vega.
Oh.
And then a mad scramble to no avail. Attack error, point goes to UST.
Kuramen was in the way where Adi Villados was running to and he was not able to like, move out of the way.
Yeah, medyo nahiya pa si Villados doon eh. Kung ganyan, tutulak mo na yun eh. Oh. Tabi, ganun. Tutulak mo yun para makaka-execute ng play. Meanwhile, action continues. Not the result UST wanted because that gives Arellano's 23rd point in set number 3, needing just 2 points to close out this set and get a 2-1 advantage. Berdal with an easy service this time. Gupiteo. Berdal was able to save it. Villados giving chase but to no avail. Finally, a point by Gupiteo of an attack. That's a good response for Gupiteo off that timeout nga kanina ni Coach Oji Mamon wherein he was singled out to adjust his attack. And let's see if he can string a couple of attacks more.
Free ball.
Free ball on the side of UST and 1-2
Yambao had a good intention. Yun nga lang pa, hindi niya na-execute ng maayos.
Yeah, may kasama na ring gigil yun, Marge. And because of that error by Yambao, Arellano is now at set point, but we will have some substitutions on the part of Arellano. Itong si Encila ipinasok. So Encila will try to close set number 3 in favor of the Chiefs. It's now 24 serving 18. Gupiteo first ball, Yambao, Gupiteo again! At ito, nagpapakitang gilas na si Gupiteo ngayon after that huddle by Coach Oji Mamon. He is responding well to that call, Marge.
And that's a good thing, no, na he is actually responding to that call out. Kasi, syempre, as a coach, mas gugustuhin ko na nagre-respond yung player ko positively to that, call out.
Yeah, indeed. And that's another point for Gupiteo off that block touch. So that's 3 points already for Alci Gupiteo late in this set, and UST bit by bit trying to save every set point that Arellano has. It's now 24 serving 20. Berdal first ball. Villado sends it to De La Paz.
But that sails out.
UST inching closer off that error by De La Paz. Kaya naman tatawag ng timeout itong si Coach Sherwin Meneses. It's 24 Arellano, 21 UST. We'll listen in to Coach Sherwin's huddle.
Yung receive natin kasi, dinidigpas lang natin. Lagyan natin ng saan ba? 2? O takbo dito, hindi. Hindi, dalawang unforced error eh. Ma-block, block. Kim, ano papalin mo?
Same pa rin pa.
Press mo na. Para umano na doon. O 4, pwede.
Pwede.
Hindi mag-send ng malakas yan.
Coach Erwin Meneses reminding his players to work on their first balls to give direction kasi so far Adi has been running everywhere.
Yeah, because of those errors with the first ball, reception errors rather, nakaka-dikit pa itong UST against Arellano. But Villado sets it to De La Paz this time. Gupiteo was there. Yambao to Gupiteo. And that
beautiful block coming from Orpilla.
Yeah, Arellano was able to set that net defense and able to close out set number 3, 25-21 as we check out that final sequence, or check out the highlights rather. UST was able to get a good advantage early on, but that net defense, that store defense of Arellano working wonders, and that's why they were able to turn the tide, Marge, and win set number 3.
That's true. And you know, sa volleyball, you really have to work on your floor defense first before you attack.
Yeah, and that's a good credit also to the likes of Berdal and also Villados, receiving those strong hits from Arellano. So it's now 2-1 in favor of Arellano. We will be back with more action live from the Paco Arena. This is the V-League where it all started. Arellano taking set number 3 and winning 2 straight sets. 25-21 is the score of set number 3, courtesy of their net defense and also floor defense. And Marge, take us through this.
So far, no, hindi ganun kalaki yung deficit between the attack points ng UST and Arellano. But what worked out is the blocks nitong Arellano on a 4-0. And ito din, going back yung errors ng UST. You know, 3-error deficit lang coming from versus Arellano. But then, you know, those 3 errors are crucial talaga.
Yeah, those 3 errors are very vital. That's why Arellano was able to get that set 3 victory. And also those blocks. That's a second straight set by UST with double-digit errors. And they have to check that if they are to force a set number 5 in this game. But of course, Arellano would like to close it out in 4 and get their first victory after that opening day loss against De La Salle here in the 2022 V-League Challenge Cup. So we'll see what happens in set number 4. Will UST send us to a 5th set, or will Arellano close this game in 4? As we welcome you to the start of set number 4 in the 4th game of this quintuple header, live from the Paco Arena. Lance Fernandez at the mic together with Marge Tejada. And it has been a battle of adjustments for both teams. UST drawing first blood in set number 1, and Arellano was able to adjust in the next 2 sets.
Ooh, misreceived
But
there.
that's misreception and an ace for Yambao. At magandang panimula, Marge, on the part of the Tiger Spikers.
Yes, oo nga, no. Especially na from a service pa lang and wala pang masyadong action.
Yeah, especially kanina, ang dami nilang service errors.
Again, binawi nga lang with a service error.
And just as we mentioned, another service error on the part of UST. Namigay ng puntos doon si Yambao. This time, Berdal serving for Arellano. Quick attack from the middle.
You know, talaga itong UST, basta nakakakuha sila ng good first balls, they really tend to set up their middle blockers, and their middle blockers
Yes, check out this highlight with that quick attack on the middle by UST. Gives them a 2-1 advantage, and they have to do more of those if they are to win this set and extend this game to a 5th one.
Ooh, beautiful combination play! Medyo hindi in-expect ng UST na biglang mag-combination play itong Arellano.
Yeah, great execution on the part of Arellano there. They were able to hide their intention. Kaya naman itong si Vincent Tan was able to score and give Arellano its second point. UST is time to attack, and they deliver off that attack.
If you check that set, medyo off pa nga, but then, yung middle blocker nitong UST was able to do something about it.
Yeah, itong nagsaserve ngayon ay bagong pasok for UST, si Popoy Colinares. Middle blocker for the Tigers. Spikers, De La Paz this time. But a point for Arellano nevertheless of that net violation.
So for yung net violation din, yung mga frequent errors nitong UST.
Yeah, yung mga kailangan nilang bantayan din. Aside from executing better in the attacks, they have to limit their errors because they have had 11 errors in sets 2 and 3. So kailangan nilang malimit yan for them to have a chance to win and extend this game further.
Gupiteo using his blockers. Kasi medyo awkward na nga yung dating ng bola kay Gupiteo, but he was able to do something about that.
Yeah, at nagawa niya ng paraan at talagang gising na si Gupiteo in this match because of that call out again by Coach Oji Mamon in one of their huddles. And he is delivering for the Tiger Spikers. An easy over for Arellano, opportunity for UST. Gupiteo this time, blocked. Susubok muli ang UST, back row attack, wala pa rin. Villados to De La Paz.
Oh,
Finding that empty zone 5 and he delivers.
So far ito si De La Paz, hindi ganun kalakas lahat ng hits niya, but then he's just really finding the right spots where to hit his ball.
As we check out this replay, ayun, pinalanding lang niya dun sa empty zone na yun yung bola. And ito, si De La Paz din na magsuserve for the Chiefs. Middle attack once more for UST, and they get a point. Again, UST having success with that middle attack, whether it's Floor or the other middle blockers. They are having success when they bring the ball at that location. Meanwhile, Gupiteo with the jump serve, well received. Berdal this time will attack off the block and scores.
So far, Arellano has been steady when it comes to their receives and their digs, no? They're able to put up their first balls.
Yeah, basta may angat lang nila and Villados will be able to do the rest.
Yeah.
Magagawa niya ng paraan to be able to send to their hitters, and that time they get their fifth point. De Vega susubok muli, and this time De Vega will score.
Good vision there by De Vega, no? He saw na may tao na dun sa cross court, so he tried to move to the zone 1.
Yeah, good adjustment on the part of De Vega. That's why UST has a slight advantage, 6 serving 5 here in set number 4.
Another regalo.
That's a rare instance of misreception on the part of Arellano, kaya naman hindi na sinayang yun ni De Vega.
And that's what Arellano needs to avoid kasi ang tataas nitong UST Spikers.
Yeah. You have to be wary of that height advantage of UST.
Ooh.
But the Tiger Spikers were able to receive that.
And De Vega finding that right spot.
And De Vega is fired up after that attack. And why not? They have a 3-point advantage after that first technical timeout. It's UST 8, Arellano 5, and we'll be back with more volleyball action live from the Paco Arena. This is the V-League where it all started.
Coach Sherwin acknowledges that their lack of height could be trouble for them, but it's the maturity of their veterans and the potential of the new Chiefs ang pwedeng makatulong to ultimately have a great preseason. With the height trouble, the number one reminder for the Chiefs is to commit in their blocking at huwag magdalawang isip. As they try to bounce back today, Coach Sherwin emphasized that every game is an opportunity to be better. Back to our panel, Marge and Lance.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sydney Allison, for that report. Key takeaway there, Marge, huwag magdalawang isip on the part of Coach Sherwin Meneses, and feels like they're having second thoughts with their attack, with their execution. That's why UST is up by 3, 8 serving 5.
And that's the thing kasi, no, when you move, no, you have to fully commit to what you are going to do. Mahirap na kumbaga, magdalawang isip kasi syempre naiiba yung diskarte mo.
Yeah, tama yun. And that's why with that net touch infraction by UST, Arellano is inching closer. It's now 6 serving 8. Ito naman si Adi Villados on the service line, received by Gupiteo. Yamba with a jump set. And
Medyo ang layo na ni Colinares, no, to still hit that ball on that angle.
yeah, maganda sana yung pagkakaset na sa kanya noon ni Yambao. But Colinares wasn't able to capitalize. And it's now 8-7.
Good angle by De Vega. Kita mo talaga yung arm niya. Talagang really tried to hit that on a...
Yeah, difficult angle
Yeah,
for
difficult
De Vega.
angle.
Pero kanina pa niya ginagawa yan.
Yes,
So he's
exactly.
finding success in the same spot, talking about De Vega. And that's why UST is up 2.
Oh, it's out.
Kaya lang, malakas yung palo na yun ni
Yeah.
Carl Berdal. Sayang yung kanyang atake doon. The ball lands outside the side of UST's court. And this is a 3-point advantage now for the Tiger Spikers. 10 serving 7. With Daxiang Bao on the service line.
Again, reminder for Arellano not to commit those kinds of service receives.
At dahil doon sa regalo na yon, magta-time out ang Arellano. Let's listen in to Coach Sherwin.
Ulit, nag-iingat sila sa serve. Pwede gamit ng kamay. Ha?
Tubig.
Malayo pa yan. Pag medyo tumaas ng konti, ikaw na mag-receive. O kumpiyansa sa kamay. Kumpiyansa sa kamay.
Tubig.
Kung kailan nag-serve ng medyo magaang tsaka tayo nag-error. Hindi, spacing lang.
Dulo lang. C5.
Pwede si Kim doon yun ang bola. Let's go.
Coach Sherwin reminding his passers na UST has been careful lately with their services given na medyo maraming service errors na kinocommit ng UST from the previous sets. And reminding again his passers to really take care of that first ball.
Yeah, first ball, it's where everything starts, just like here in the vleague where it all started. So good first ball, good execution. This time, Villados sends it to Tan. At makakuha sila ng puntos off that timeout.
It was actually a break ball and then Kim Tan just, soft touching it over to his blockers.
Yeah, ginawa na lang ng paraan ng diskarte ni Tan yun. Kaya naman napatayo si Coach OG Mamon on the side of UST after that play by Tan. This time, soft touch on the part of the Tiger Spikers, no avail. Susubok muli ang UST. But that was well dug. A tap by Tan was no-go. De Vega this time.
De Vega was not able to adjust to that break ball.
Sayang yung pagkakataon na yun for De Vega. It was a good ball given to him of that chase by Gupiteo. Kaya naman Arellano is able to inch closer. 2 points na lang ang kalamangan ng UST. 11-9.
Miscommunication when it comes to attack.
At hindi sasayangin ng Arellano yon. That's why they're trying to execute well. De La Paz once more. But that's well saved. Villados back. Set. No go. Back row attack para sa UST. Wala pa rin. Action continues. Datu bump set. This time, soft tip by Tan. No go. Action continues. Back set for UST.
Oh, that goes out. Basang-basa ng libero ng Arellano na it was an out.
Yeah, it was a good sequence on the part of the Tiger Spikers. But good read there on the part of Datu, the libero of Arellano. Just letting the ball sail out. At isa na lang itong kalamangan ng UST.
Oh.
And as Calinares gets that point, this is something that we don't want to see in a volleyball game. A Chiefs player is wincing on the floor.
I think nagkaapakan ata sila dun sa ilalim ng net.
It would be nice to see how that injury occurred as his teammates are carrying itong si Fernie Coramen. Let's check it out once more. What happened there?
Ayun. I think yun nga, nagkaapakan sila under the net.
Yeah, and
Medyo
also,
nag-cross yung feet nila.
and also the force of Coramen's weight
Yeah.
is brought him down. Let's check out what happened to Coramen. We will get a report later, hopefully from Sydney Allison, regarding Fernie Coramen's status. And we hope that nothing untoward happens anymore in this game, because it has been a good matchup between UST and Arellano. Dikit po ang ating laban in the fourth set, and Arellano having a 2-1 advantage. We're hoping for the best for Fernie Coramen, but as he checks out and as he was carried out to the bench of Arellano, action continues. It's now 12 serving 10. Villados back set this time to Tan. Single block and good for Gupiteo.
Good timing there by Gupiteo.
What a way to respond for Gupiteo. He has been delivering in attacks and also that time at the kill block. That's why UST up 3, 13 serving 10. Again, UST trying to win set number 4 to extend this match to a 5th one. Arellano would like to close it out. But that service error by UST, sayang yung pagkakataon, sayang yung momentum. And that kills the advantage of UST at the moment, with Arellano just down 2 points. 11 serving 13. Yambao to Gupiteo. And Gupiteo delivers once more.
Kita mo na he angled his hands to hit that ball pa check out, no, from his blockers.
Yeah, maganda yung pagkakaanggulo na yon ni Gupiteo sa kanyang atake. And that's why wala nang magagawa ang Arellano. Even chasing that ball, wala silang magagawa. And UST is now up by 3. Another jump set by Yambao. And this time, De Vega delivers from the back row.
De Vega really having a good approach there.
Yeah, itong si De Vega hindi masyadong pinupuntahan ngayon, but when he gets the ball, he doesn't go let it go to waste, and that time he was able to convert that attack. And De Vega is firing up the troops as UST is up 4, 15-11. De La Paz adjusting, and buhay pa ang bola. De La Paz one more time off the block. Wala pa rin. This time, back set to Tan.
Ooh, Kim Tan. Yeah, and using his blockers.
Yeah, good presence of mind on the part of Villados also. Kasi medyo
Yeah.
nagkukumpulan na yung UST on that side. At bukas na bukas si Kim Tan doon. That's why he was able to get that point of that single coverage. And siya ngayon ang magsaserve for the Chiefs.
Good serve.
Good serve for Tan. And even good execution
block.
for UST. And action continues. Gupiteo naman ang susubok. No go. Villados giving chase of the second ball. De La Paz ngayon ang titira.
Oh, no one got that ball. It was a check ball.
Yeah, they thought it was going out. But at that time, De La Paz was able to use the arms of the blockers of UST. Diniskartehan na lang De La Paz yun. And that's why Arellano is inching closer. They are just down by 2 points, 13 serving 15.
Good serve.
Kargadong serve ni Tan.
Ooh,
Pero
but that goes out.
Pero kargado rin yung pala ni Gupiteo.
It's in.
And Coach Sherwin Meneses is pleading his case because they thought otherwise. But that's the final verdict with UST up 3 as we go to our second technical timeout. This is still the V-League where it all started. UST trying to force a 5th set in this game against the Arellano Chiefs. And they have done the necessary adjustments. Marge, that's why they're up 3 after the second technical timeout. What is UST doing well? That's why they have this advantage.
So far, no, I think na-address nila yung service errors nila from the previous sets, and so far parang wala masyadong service errors na kinocommit itong UST.
Yeah, we hope that that momentum will continue for the Tigers, but Arellano would have something to say about that. They would like to end this game in this set and avoid a rubber match, a 5th set. And nabigyan nga ng warning itong si Coach Sherwin Meneses for pleading his case after that attack by Alchi Gupiteo kanina. They thought it was out, but first referee Joven Roseles called it in. But tuloy ang laban natin. Action continues. And this time it's Yambao who scored.
Lumusod na din yung attempt niya.
Oh, kanina pa niya gustong gawin yan eh. It's the second time that Yambao was able to get an opportunity, and this time he delivered. At palitan ng tao dito sa side ng Arellano. Etong si Ismael will come in, and De La Paz will take a breather for the Chiefs. It's now 17 serving 13. UST 4-point advantage.
Good
dig there by Datu. Tan with a good hit.
Tan using his blockers again.
So ito namang si Tan ngayon taking over. Kung kanina si Berdal, this time it's Tan who is delivering the goods on the part of Arellano. At kailangang mag-adjust ng depensa ng UST on the net to be able to neutralize those attacks from Vincent Tan, because he is having success so far here in set number 4. Meanwhile, Ismael on the serve for the Chiefs.
Good receive.
Good attack by Gupiteo. Tan giving chase. At buhay pa to. Datu, second ball. Easy over for Berdal. Pagkakataon ng UST to add to their advantage. Gupiteo.
Oh, Gupiteo.
Finding that open spot on the back line.
And he has been doing a good job, no, adjusting to the sets. Na although hindi perfect at times, you know, talagang ginagawan pa rin niya ng paraan.
Yeah, that's why he's having success here in set number 4. Talking about Gupiteo. Talking about success. That's a nice attack from the middle by the team captain, Kabilan.
Good setup there though by Ali Villados.
As you check out this replay, maganda yung pagkakadala ni Villados nung bola doon. And all Kabilan had to do was to spike it to the side of UST.
So far, etong si Adi has been doing a good job setting up his spikers.
Yeah, ano yun pa rin eh, continue pa rin yung, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung kanyang effort or yung kanyang conscious intention to distribute the ball to all of his spikers. Meanwhile, De Vega with that tip. At mababasa yun. Berdal this time!
Good block!
And that block scores for the Tiger Sparkers.
The coverage of Arellano was there, but then they weren't able to put that ball on properly.
Yeah, sa lakas ng palo na yun ni Berdal, pagkakatama dun sa kill block, talagang lalabas yung bola away from the coverage of Arellano.
Ooh, good set.
Another attack by Berdal. No go. This time, De Vega ang susubok. Wala pa rin. Villados giving chase. Berdal mulit.
Ooh, you have to give it to the libero of Arellano. He's been really steady in this match.
Yeah, he's been steady. Talking about Joshua Datu. Itong libero ng Arellano doing the cleanup of all the attacks of UST. Kaya naman nalilimitahan itong pag-score ng Tiger Spikers and dumidikit itong Arellano. 16 serving 19 this time. De Vega with a soft tip.
Oh, but that does not go over. That was a good intention doon. Nakita niya na medyo malaki yung butas doon sa side ng open spiker.
Yeah, maganda sana yung play na yon if it was successful on the part of the Tiger Spikers. But that point goes to Arellano, and Villados still serving for the Chiefs. 17 serving 19. De Vega susubok mulit. And that block was established by Arellano with Vega again.
Oh.
But Datu was there once again for that save. Datu once more giving chase.
Doing well in the floor defense.
But
Again,
Dato is still
Dato.
there. Tan susubok ngayon. And patuloy pa rin ang ating rally. Colinares, back set to De Vega.
Again, Josh Dato just there.
Dato is just covering the court for Arellano.
Beautiful rally we're having right now.
And an easy over for the
ball.
Chiefs. Can they capitalize? Talking about Arellano.
Oh, what a block from Colinares.
And Arellano couldn't capitalize on that sequence. Let's check it out one more time.
Beautiful block. You know, Josh Dato was there, no? Kaso lang masyadong tight yung pagbalik ng bola.
Yeah, and that kill block on the part of the Tiger Spikers puts them at point number 20. 20 serving 17. Good first ball. Villados back set to Berdal. But UST was waiting. De Vega na naman susubok. Datu with a chase. Villados back set mulit. Ginawa na lang ang paraan ni Berdal doon. And an off timing for UST.
Bawi siya dun sa off timing niya.
Nakabawi siya doon because of that over reception on the part of UST. A lucky break there on the part of the Chiefs. Just when you thought that UST was adding another point or adding to this advantage.
Colinares misreading that ball.
At nagising na itong si Carl Berdal. At dahil dyan, UST will press for time. It's UST 20, Arellano 19. Let's listen in to Coach Oji.
Dalawang error yan, magkasatod. Relax lang. Sayang, ikaw nakapuntos ng isa pero bumigay ka ng dalawa. Hindi ba tayo pwede anong tawag ito? Basic play lang? Ha? Relax lang? Ano lang bang gagawin nyo dyan? Isang quick? Tatlo yung high set natin. Dalawang wing, isang pipe. Eh bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2? 1-2 man, sa gitna mo lang itaas.
Arellano trying to inch closer and hoping to close this game in 4 sets. Samantalang ang UST would like to force a 5th and deciding set, but they would have to do better because Arellano is inching closer. They had a 4-point lead one time, pero isa na lang.
Beautiful combination attack!
And that's a good execution of a timeout. Talking about UST, let's check it out one more time, Marge.
Beautiful execution right there.
At wala nang magagawa yung Arellano at that time because napakaganda nung play na yon ng UST, and that's why UST is now at 21 and they are serving 19.
Oh, yun nga lang, service error.
Another service error breaks the momentum of the Tiger Spikers. That's why Arellano is still in this set. At ayan, papasok ulit si Jethro Cabilan. Lalabas si Ivan Encila. So ito na yung starting rotation, starting lineup ng Arellano. And they have a full front court talking about the Chiefs. At ang nasa service line ngayon ay si Ezekiel Orpilla for the Chiefs. 20 serving 21, looper of a serve. Yambao jump set!
Good play. Ang ganda ng timing ng Colinares doon. Ang ganda ng connection niya with Yambao, no?
Yeah, they're developing a good connection talking about Yambao and Colinares. Kaya naman wala nang nagawa yung Arellano doon. They were a split second late with that floor defense. And UST needing just 3 points to close this 4th set. Let's see if they can do it.
Pass.
Let's see if Arellano can come back, but that wall is established.
By Floor.
Floor establishing that block and getting that kill off that deflection dun sa atake na yun ng Arellano. Kaya naman mapapatawag ng timeout itong si Coach Sherwin Meneses because UST is inching closer. Let's listen in.
Nice strike. Kaso nasa gitna eh. Di ba? Panigurado tatalon eh. O, isa pa malayo pa yan. Wala pa yan. Eh, last 5 tayo. Hindi pa receive si Ismail ha. Ha? Last 5 tayo. Ano naman tayo, Kim? Iwalay mo na. Iwalay mo na. Trabaho, tara. Try. Eh!
Coach Sherwin Meneses sensing some trouble because UST needing just 2 points to close out this 4th set and send us to a 5th and deciding set. So let's see if they can mount a rally and save the set and try to close the game in 4. But UST is still serving, still holding serve rather, with Colinares on the service line, and a jump serve by Colinares was received by Datu, but trouble on the second ball for Villados. But that's a good attack, but Joust on the net.
Nag-hesitate si Flor doon. I think he was supposed to set it, but then, nagdalawang isip nga siya.
Yeah, yun yung hesitation on the part of Flor cost them a point. Kaya buhay pa ang Arellano dito sa set na to. Christian De La Paz comes in for the Chiefs. And they will hold serve now with Vincent Tan on the service line for Arellano. Vincent Tan with a jump serve, and that's a good serve, but well received. And that time that's good for UST. And that quick attack from the middle by Floor sends us at set point. And UST has 3 set points to work with Eman De Doroy on the service line for UST.
Oh, service error.
At pumapalag pa ang Arellano of that service error by Eman De Doroy.
Coach Oji getting mad here on the sideline.
Coach Oji is being livid here in the sidelines because they had an opportunity to close that set that time, but they gave a point away, and possibly a momentum breaker for UST. But let's see what happens in this sequence with that back row attack. Villados this time sends it to Berdal.
Ball still alive.
And action continues. The rally continues. Berdal once more. But Gupiteo was there. Gupiteo with an attack.
Oh.
And Gupiteo will not be denied. And with that attack by Gupiteo, with a game as good as this, why not a 5th set? 25-22 in favor of UST in set number 4. And we will be back with more as we check out these highlights with that kill block. That was a momentum changer for UST. UST was able to get their game going towards the late set number 4. What were the right adjustments that they did? As you hold that thought for a while, because we are going to a 5th set and we will take a break. This is still the V-League where it all started. Sa pang-apat na laban sa araw na ito, hindi po sapat ang 4 na sets mga kaibigan. That's why we are tied at 2 sets apiece. UST getting that 4th set as we take a look at this stats. Marge, take it away.
So far, UST has been able to set up their attacks properly, Walang masyadong waste sa attacks, and medyo malaki yung deficit nila compared to Arellano. Also, when it comes to blocks, sa previous set, it was Arellano 4-0, and now it's UST 4-0. And then Aces, same lang. Yun nga lang, opponent errors. Itong Arellano, napakaraming pinamigay na errors.
Yeah, and because of those errors, UST was able to force this 5th and deciding set between Arellano and UST. Lawrence Fernandez at the mic together with Marge Tejada calling to you this 4th game of our quintuple header live from the Paco Arena. And let's see who will take this victory. Will it be Arellano? Will it be UST? And UST with an attack, but that was blocked. UST will have another opportunity with Gupiteo with another attack.
Again, like I said kanina, Gupiteo has been able to adjust since kinall out siya ni Coach Oji.
Yeah, and it was needed, so to speak, that call out by Coach Oji Mamon, because as we are noticing right now, Gupiteo is one of their go-to men talking about UST. So UST drawing first blood, but that hit by Arellano, no go, and another save by Datu of Arellano. But 2 quick points on the
Double
part
contact called on Villados.
and because of that infraction, that's a 2-0 advantage now for UST. Hanggang 15 lang po tayo sa 5th set mga kaibigan, just a reminder. And UST is having that quick advantage here in this deciding set. Gupiteo with the jump serve again and straight to that to Villados with the back set to De La Paz.
On net touch called on UST.
Net touch called on UST at medyo nakatulong pa kay De La Paz yung pag-adjust niya on mid-air.
That's true. Medyo tight yung set sa kanya doon.
Yeah, lucky break there on the part of Arellano, especially De La Paz, and here he is serving. 1 serving 2.
Ooh. Colinares has been really doing a good job there in the middle.
Yeah, Colinares and Flor, they have both come alive late in this game. That's why UST is having that advantage with those attacks from the middle, and they have this 3-1 advantage. Received by De La Paz, but that was over-received.
But Josh Datu was there.
Yeah, again, Josh Datu with the save.
Oh! Ang lakas ng balik doon. It was a good block.
But this time, it's UST with a kill block of Carl Berdal. At dahil dyan, Coach Sherwin Meneses will call a quick timeout. It's 4-1 UST 5th set. Let's listen in to Coach Sherwin.
Ayusin natin yung spacing natin dito. Berdal, pag maganda, paluin mo ng malakas. Ganda yun eh. O, isa lang muna ulit ha. Malayo pa yan.
Din tayo.
Isang pasa ulit.
Huwag masyado ng yung bola sa serve, galing sa serve, di masyado malakas eh. Huwag natin masyado itaas. Ha? Kaya ba kontrolin?
Kaya.
Okay.
Hey, ayo!
UST having this quick advantage here in the 5th set. They are up 4-1. And let's see if Arellano will be able to respond well off that timeout by Coach Sherwin Meneses. Datu once again with that reception.
Oh, good attack there.
And a good set also for Villados. That's
Yes,
why Tan was
exactly.
able to execute that ball, execute that hit very well.
So far, Josh Datu has been really steady in this match.
Yeah, imagine mo lang kung wala si Josh Datu yan.
Yeah.
Baka kanina patapos yung laban because he has been the savior for the Chiefs here in our game, especially in the last 2 sets. Meanwhile, UST on the attack.
Floor. Not much of a powerful attack, but he was able to, mabilis yung palo niya doon.
Yeah, and UST having that conscious effort to really activate their middle hitters.
Kasi so far, yung middle talaga nila is what has been working out well for them.
And because of those attacks from the middle, they have a 5-2
pass.
advantage. This time, Berdal with a hit, but that was blocked. Datu sends it to Berdal once more. And Yambao giving pace.
Miscommunication there.
And a rare miscommunication on this set for UST. Kaya naman magkakaroon ng puntos dito ang Arellano. And they're still in this game, Marge. 5-3 and 3 serving 5 rather, with Vincent Tan with that jump serve and a strong serve. But well received by UST. De La Paz with the first ball. Villado sends it to Berdal once again.
Berdal!
Berdal successful this time off the block. Let's check it out one more time. Good pass from Villados, and Berdal just had to execute it.
Berdal really aimed for the outer hand of the middle blocker, no? Para lang mapadaplis yung ball at mag-iba yung ikot.
Yeah, dahil
service error.
sayang yung atake na yun ni Berdal because Tan gave a free point to UST.
Yes.
Especially in the 5th set, those errors will really cost a fortune. And now it's 6 serving 4 with a G. Boy de Vega on serve for the Tiger Spikers. Jump serve for De Vega.
Good receive.
Good reception and a good pass also. But the libero of UST was there. It has been a battle of libero so far also in this game. Talking about Datu
Still alive.
and Puden Shadow for UST. And a quick tip there was
touch.
tapped by Kabilan.
Free
And
ball.
rally continues. Datu is
Josh
still
Datu
there.
there.
Berdal. And Berdal couldn't break that wall.
Talagang kita mo na pinapayungan itong si Berdal ng UST.
Yeah, naaabangan nila si Berdal. That's why Berdal has to exert more effort just to get a point. Just like what happened earlier with that off-the-block hit. But now this lead of UST is at 3. It's now 7 serving 4. A good serve, but a good reception by Tan. Berdal with a tip, and action continues. Gupite this time, but De La Paz was there. Datu with a bump set to Berdal once more. And that tip by Kubilan goes to the other side. Gupiteo! Mababa yung palo ni Alchi Gupiteo.
Masyadong nauna si Alchi Gupiteo dun sa approach niya. Hindi pa nasiset ng setter yung bola, pumasok na siya kaagad.
Yeah, nakita niya kasi there's a scramble on the side
Yes.
siguro of Arellano. That's why he was excited to hit that ball because it could have gone in and it could have been an easy point for UST. But at this point, that sequence goes to the side of Arellano. That's why it's 5 serving 7 with Berdal serving. Yambao sends it to Gupiteo on the outside, and that's good for Gupiteo. Bawing-bawi for Gupiteo that time. Yung kanyang blunder kanina. And Colinares checks in for the Tiger Spikers. And on deck to serve for the Tiger Spikers is Rainier Floor mula Bulacan.
Ooh, way out of bounds.
Kailan nakarating ng Bulacan yung kanyang service. Unfortunately, hanggang Paco Arena lang po tayo. And ayan, palitan muna ng tao sa side ng Arellano, and Sila coming in for the Chiefs. And
Crucial error coming into halfway sa set, no?
Yeah, every error counts at this moment, especially in the 5th set. Kaya
Ooh.
magandang malimitahan yan ng bawat kupunan. Meanwhile, Villado sends it to De La Paz. Puden Shadow was still there. Gupiteo sends it to Yambao. An easy over opportunity for Arellano. De La Paz, but Puden Shadow is still there. Gupiteo once more.
Gupiteo tried to hit that ball hard.
And that's the second time here in this set na mababa yung palo ni Gupiteo.
Yeah.
Kaya naman nilabas siya in favor of Josh Ibanez, who had some success in the 3rd set with a couple of aces and a couple of attacks. Could it also be fatigue factor also Marge for Gupiteo? Kanina pa siya nandyan eh.
That could be one kasi so far it's been opposite and outside spiker ang bigay ng setter nitong UST.
Yeah, especially now in the 5th set.
Yes.
Conditioning matters.
Ball, one hand
And
set.
UST was able to save it.
And that hits the line.
UST was able to turn that sequence into gold as Colinares was able to find that empty zone 1 on Arellano side of the court. And Daxiambao is now on the service line on the part of UST. Itong si Daxiambao, taga Davao City ito. Villados. 1-2-3! Oh! Costly attack error could be for Adi Villados. Had the right intention on the part of Villados, kaya lang kinapos yung kanyang 1-2
Yes.
play. And that
Medyo
could...
mababa na yung kuha niya dun sa bola.
yeah. A little bit higher, and that could have been a point for
Oh,
Arellano.
and that goes out.
And speaking of a point, ito, namimigay ng punto si Dax Yambao dito sa 5th set. Kaya dikit pa rin ang laban natin, Marge. No team having a clear advantage.
Yes.
It's 8 serving 10, and Adi Villados, the setter of the Chiefs, on deck to serve. Good first
Good
ball.
receive. Oh,
Good hit by by Ibanez
Ibanez.
rather. De La Paz this time.
De La Paz, clean hit.
Maganda yung approach doon ni De La
Yes.
Paz, Marge.
Very intentional, no?
At dahil doon sa hataw na yan ni De La Paz, we are just 1 point separating both teams. It's 9 serving 10. Tense moments here at the Paco Arena. Arellano against UST. Yambao sets up Colinares.
You know, Colinares has been really doing well in the middle attacks, no?
Yeah, as we check out this replay, it's a good height of the ball for Yambao, and Colinares just had to smash it on the side of Arellano. At ito si Josh Ibanez, one of the rookies, by the way, of UST, on deck to serve. Kanina nagkakaroon ng dalawang aces yan, si Joshua Ibanez.
Ooh, that sails out. No check.
Kaya lang yung palo na yun ni Vincent Tan, masyadong malakas, and it gives UST its 12 point. Kaya naman Coach Sherwin Meneses will call for time and will try to listen in to Coach Sherwin's huddle.
Pag maganda, combination tayo. Si Kim naman to eh. Be quick. Ha? Hindi siya dito. Pwede ka naman mag-back row pag medyo loose ball. Basta pag gumit na yung receive, labas agad. Ha? Pero pagka dumikit ang receive, tuloy tayo. Nangyari na nakaraan yan. Relax lang sa tres. Meron ka pa isa dito. Pasok ng maganda, hindi lang pasok. Let's go, Blinder!
Coach Sherwin reminding his passers to work on their first balls and not to send out yung mga regalo. And also reminding his setter na ang dami yung spikers in front and to just really utilize them.
Yeah, they have to take it 1 point at a time, especially minimize those misreceptions. Talking about Arellano in this critical 5th set. And Josh Ibanez with a strong serve.
Outside.
It was too strong on the part of Ibanez that time. And that brings Arellano to point number 10, while UST is at 12. Christian De La Paz on deck to serve for the Chiefs. And Ibanez with the first ball. Yambao sends it to Colinares once again.
Talaga ito si Colinares, pag tuwing hindi siya masyadong nabibigyan ng bola, but every time he's given the ball by Yambao, he's able to deliver and kill that ball.
And again, another successful attack off the middle by UST.
So far kasi yung mga wing spikers nitong UST, medyo checked out na sila nitong Arellano. But then when it comes to the middle talaga, they're kind of having a difficult time defending them.
Arellano is a split second with those attacks off the middle ng UST. Samantala si Berdal makakuha ng puntos doon at palitan ng tao dito sa side ng Arellano. Kabilyan in at si Encila yung lalabas. A looper of a serve for the Chiefs. Yambao, this time that attack by UST was foiled. Villados to Berdal.
The ball is still up.
The ball is still alive.
Oh,
But
that
the
goes
ball
out.
sails out.
You have to give it to UST Libero Prudenciado, no? So far, he's been doing a good defense, no?
Yeah, dahil natapisan yung kalamangan ng UST, Coach Oji Mamon pressing for time. Let's listen into their huddle.
Hindi na muna kung kakamali mo, hindi na muna. Ano tayo advantage kasi yung middle hip natin, yung gitna nila. Pero pag ikaw umatake, dalawa blocker mo. Si Popoy o-open block. Oh. Kailangan lang mga pasa tayo. Huwag yung isiksik sa kanan yung pasa. Sibo nag-signal. Papagalin mo lang para approach ang maayos yung floor, ha?
Yes, coach.
G-boy!
Pre, wala tayo. Wala sa atin yung pressure.
Coach Oji Mamon reminding his middle blockers na not to just to really kill the ball, no? And to work on their setups in middle kasi they know na they have an advantage when it comes to middle attacks.
Yeah, and it has been showing here in set number 5. Their middle attack is doing wonders.
Oh, that's outside! Really bad
And
error
Arellano
there.
tried to clip that sideline, but that error sends UST to match point with Dedoroy on the service line. But before that, there will be a change of personnel here for UST. So that's Lawrence Cruz coming in. So matagal natin hindi nakita si Lawrence Cruz in this game because Yambao has been doing an excellent job in his behalf. But here he is, the team captain Lawrence Cruz with that serve, but that's well received by De La Paz. Villados to Berdal, soft tip. But again, Prudenciado was there for the save. Kabilan to Berdal. Prudenciado with another save. Hulog this time for Tan.
Medyo nagkakagulo sa defense pattern itong UST.
Yeah, they're having difficulties finding their spots. But then again, you have to give credit to Prudenciado for keeping that rally alive. It's just that the ball and the point did not go their way. Meanwhile, 13 serving 14 with Vincent Tan with the save.
Good pass.
Good pass. And is it a good execution? Will it be it? Ball is still alive. Easy over by Datu. Will this be it for UST?
Yes! And that goes out. De Vega ends this match.
And with that attack off the block by G-Boy De Vega, UST wins this thriller in 5 sets, with the 5th set going 13-15. It has been a thrilling match, Marge.
Yes, exactly. I think this is our first 5th setter game of the season.
Yeah, first 5th setter game for the men's volleyball competition because FEU and their opponents, Adamson, during the women's volleyball was able to go to 5 sets. But still, going back to this contest, it has been a seesaw effort or back and forth effort for both teams as we go back to the highlights. Set 1 was taken by UST 25-19, and they were able to get good points off De Vega, and also set number 2 was taken by Arellano this time. Same scoreline, pero Arellano po yung 25 points because of their excellent floor defense that was able to limit UST's points. Meanwhile, set 3, 25-21 in favor of Arellano with Berdal and De La Paz waxing hot for the Chiefs at that moment or at that part of the game. That's a set 3, and just we thought that the Chiefs will be able to close it out. UST fought back with a furious rally in set number 4. And that's why tayo ay mapupunta sa set number 5 as they also established that net defense for the Tiger Spikers, and also their attacks from the middle has been successful for UST. And meanwhile, in set number 5, it was a seesaw battle also for both teams. But UST's middle attacks and their floor defense also, courtesy of Prudenciado, was too much for Arellano. That's why UST got that 5th set 15-13, and they get the win 3-2. So we'll turn you over now to our courtside reporter, Sydney Allison, with our player of the game.
Masaya po yung experience kasi after 2 years, after pandemic, nakapag-perform na ulit kami sa harap ng maraming crowds, and na-execute naman namin yung onti na tinuro ni Coach. Pero kind of disappointed kasi madaming adjustment na kailangan baguhin. Kasi madami pa kaming team errors, hindi naman sobrang pulido ng galaw. Pero okay na din yung naka-perform namin yung ganun.
But still, it's a win. G-Boy, sino mga gusto mong batiyan?
Binabati ko yung parents ko, lahat ng naniniwala sa amin, and sa UST fans, hi po. At sa lahat po ng parents ng aking mga teammates. Thank you.
Thank you so much, G-Boy. Enjoy your win. Again, that's our best player of the game, G-Boy De Vega. Back to you guys.
Yeah, as we check out this set 5 stats, Marge, please take it away.
So far, no, when it comes to attacks, hindi ganun kalaki yung deficit. It's just 3 attacks. But then what worked out for UST is their block points and their service aces. And yun nga, itong going with the errors, itong Arellano, it's 8 versus 2-1. And 8 errors is just too much not to give away for this set.
Yeah, it's too much to give. Talking about Arellano at that time, and that's why yeah, it's too much for UST or Arellano rather to handle. That's why UST winning in 5 sets, and that's it for now for our 4th game. Stay tuned. We still have one more game, mga kaibigan, and this has been the vleague 2022 where it all started.